Look, man, I don't know who behind this camera, but I want to let you know that you got this shit. This shit that we call life, you got it, right? You just got to keep going. I'm not here to motivate you, inspire you. I want to motivate you or inspire you by action, all right? If I'm motivating you, I want that to be action. I want that to be you taking action today, you taking action tomorrow, you showing up for yourself, right? Because I can give you all the motivation in the world. I can give you the best motivational speech, right? Coaches do that all the time, and teams still lose the Super Bowl, right? So it's more so, how can how can I get you to show up for yourself, right? If I show up every single day, it's going to make you want to show up every single day. Now, if you're just watching creators who just live their lives with the money that they make without showing you how they make the money, because I guarantee you the way that they made money is action, right? And they took action every single fucking day, right? But you're watching them live their life that they took action on instead of taking action for yourself. And that's the one thing that I feel like is stopping a lot of people from reaching their goals and dreams, is because they watch people, right, live their lives, but they're not seeing the action that they're taking, right? Because what you're consuming is knowledge, you're consuming information, you're consuming things that you're comparing yourself to, right? So when you see someone with a Lamborghini on YouTube and you consistently watch them, you're like, fuck, I need a Lamborghini. But you're not taking no action because you're stuck living life watching another person's life. I'm not saying it's bad to watch another person's life. I feel like we all do, right? We all need some type of inspiration. But if you can turn that inspiration into action, pour it up a little bit, mix it a little bit, then you will get the same result that they got. But they got there by taking consistent action, right? So I know it could be scary, right? Because, I was dealing with it, right? Kind of still do deal with it. And it's just fear, right? It's fear that's holding you from chasing that dream, right? Excuse me. Because what happens is, excuse me, your mind will tell you, yo, I'm afraid, right? I'm scared, right? Whenever you get into that sales call, your mind's like, oh shit, this shit done got real. I don't know what, now it's spinning. Like, now you're looking for what to say instead of paying attention to the prospect. But this is what happens at first, right? The reason why this happens at first is because it's new to you, right? Anytime you do something new, you're like, oh shit, what the fuck do I do? Like, it's all fight or flight. But it's because your mind's not used to it yet, right? The only way that you're going to get used to it is by doing it over and over and over again, but getting better every time you do it. You see, a lot of people do things over and over and over again and get the same result, but it's because they're not changing anything, right? You're making the same thumbnail every single time expecting a different result. It's not going to happen. You're making the same hook every single time expecting a different result. It's not going to happen. If it's not working, if it didn't work 10 times, switch it up a little bit, right? I'm not saying switch up the whole thing, because there might be pieces there that works. But right now, the thing that you keep on doing is not working. So it's time to switch it up, right? And this is one thing where a lot of people struggle at is, they'll start something and, they suck at it, right? They suck at it because they're not reiterating things. They're not changing things up. They're not switching things up, right? They're not mixing up the puzzles because they're scared of what people think, right? They're scared of how I'm going to sound. But in reality, this is what makes you better. This is what gets you good. This is what turns you from shit to good, right? You get obsessed with the process once you start getting some type of momentum. Once you get that third, second client, usually first, but for some people it takes 2, 3, right, to really get good. But once you realize, oh shit, I'm actually good at this, it builds obsession. And this obsession turns into a different type of drive. And this drive is going to take you from where you are to where you want to go, right? You're only going to get there by having this drive, right? Because right now, right, since you're in the beginning phases of the process, you shitty at it, right? You're living out of fear, right? So when you wake up, you're like, okay, I gotta do this thing. Like you're excited, but you're also like frightened, right, at the same time, because you haven't done it enough. You're not good at it. You really suck at it, and you're trying to force yourself to love it and like it, but you're not good at it yet. So, but this is when it comes to like enjoying the process, enjoy learning, enjoy having, you know, a time trying to get better, you know, because that's the one thing, that's the name of the game, is how can I get better, right? How can I get so good at this skill that, you know, I can do this shit in my sleep, and that takes hours, right? Takes hours. So you might have to dedicate 10 hours a day, right, for 7 months straight, and it's just what it is, right? If you that's if you want to go elite, like that's if you really want to take it to the next level. By all means, I'm not telling you to go do that, but that's if you really want to take it to the next level. But yeah, man, there's different ways to go about it too. Oftentimes I think we get caught up into the end result, that we don't focus enough in the process. I'm watching a lot of, you know, successful people come out and say, you know, I wish, you know, I had fun in the process. I wish I enjoyed it. All right. They struggle with fulfillment. All right. Because they reached the top and they got everything that they want, but they realize that this ain't everything. Right. And when you realize this isn't everything, it makes you go back and be like, damn, what the fuck? What did I do this for? All right. I'm not saying it because they probably definitely enjoy the wealth and the things that they do, but, you know, there's still something that they feel like is missing, right? In reality, you know, fulfillment is based on you, right? So it's how you perceive something, right? It's what you value, right? It's more than just lifestyle, right? Because you might be rich, you might have your dream car, but there's probably an area in life where you lack so much. Like, could be family, right? It could be, you know, God. You're not close with God. You ain't got a relationship with God, right? So you're or spiritual, whatever you want to call it. You're not spiritually aligned. And there's just different areas that's probably that are in your life where when you make it to the top, you're still gonna feel a void, right? And a lot of people don't know how to overcome that void, or they don't know what's next, right? Because when the truth is, when you master that skill and you get good with that skill, because I guarantee you, after 100 hours, you should be decent at the skill. After 1,000, you should be good, you know. And after, you know, 10,000, you mastered the fucking skill. So it's just get better every single day and just become a better than you were the other day. So my bad. I'm full of shit. I had some spinach and celery. I had a spinach and celery juice that I made, and then this is off topic. And then I made a peanut butter banana smoothie. So I'm full of shit right now, and I feel it. That's why I keep burping. So yeah, just really figuring out, you know, what drives you. And you know, one thing for me is I've always been a person who had very like super compassion. I was super compassionate for strangers and people. You know, so me being compassionate for people is like something that drives me. So, you know, whether it's, you know, seeing my family struggle or, you know, being able to help people who are less fortunate, that's like something that's always going to be in me. So whenever I get successful, that's probably going to be something that I do is give back to the community, help out with, you know, getting like for people who were less fortunate. In my position when I was a kid, I used to not have the nice shoes all the time, and you know, I want to be able to help the kids who don't have nice shoes, nice clothes, get nice clothes, nice shoes, because I remember that feeling of not having, and then whenever I got it, I remember the feeling that I felt, right? Whenever everybody would be talking about, oh, the new shoes coming out, and I get them, it's the best feeling in the world, right? And I want other kids to have that experience. So yeah, like there's just different things to how I go about it, but yeah, I feel like it's just figuring out like what do you want to do next? How do you want to help people next? What's the next steps with this? What's the next steps with that? But 9 times out of 10, this is I can't believe it, man. This is like the beginning stages of my whole YouTube era, like, and I can't wait to see who I meet along the way. I can't wait to inspire millions of people, motivate millions of people. And I know you guys probably think like, yo, that's a bold ass claim, but like, I feel like if you're not like willing to put out a number, or if you're not willing to, you know, think big, you're never gonna get anything that you want. So with all my goals, they're not small. They're they're scary. All right, I look at my goals and I'm like, damn, really, nigga? But it's like that's kind of how you have to think in order to truly be successful. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys staying to the end. I'm dropping more bangers, more videos, so make sure you guys subscribe, hit that like button, and then there should be a video right here. And then yeah, if you guys want to continue watching me, cool. If you don't, cool. But make sure you guys subscribe or like if you guys are new and you like me.